Do you remember me yet? Because I'm the one you keep sleeping on! I'm the one who gets constantly reminded and held to the standard of his own past! Dead named as referee Nolan Fox, dead named as El Montanaro, when in fact both of those names are the ones that's dead! Billy Knox is the only one that cared enough about me to say I don't need any of that bullshit. Billy Knox is the only one who loved me enough to free me from either of those prisons! And now that Phineas McMichael is officially free, I'm about to make it everybody's problem! WrestleRoni's back again, my friend. Episode 12. I'm Spooky Lou Carpenbarker, brought to you by our brand new sponsor. Say what? That's right. Brand new sponsor, the Seated Centon, the best in pro wrestling trading cards. Shit. He'll even sell you an autograph trading card. Madman Pondo trading card collectibles coming up. We'll get into that in a whole nother time. We got a sponsor. We got a guest sent straight from hell. An up-and-coming star of the RSW roster. I'm excited as hell to have him. He killed it Saturday night in a fatal four-way. Mr. Phineas McMichael, how you doing, my man?
Well, Spooky Lou, I gotta be honest with you. It's nice that you were able to put yourself over at the beginning. Because you sure as hell forgot to put me over in your last episode of WrestleRoni with Lawrence.
What?
You see, you forgot my name, forgot the name Phineas McMichael.
Oh. I said you did great in the four-way. I was very impressed by you. And
Well, everybody that was there knew I did great in the four-way. I won the four-way. But you forget my name. You got your little buddy forgetting my name. Not only that, telling me I look like Chad Kroger from Nickelback. I can't have that. So here's what's going to happen.
Okay.
You're going to address me again correctly.
Yes, sir.
Because you are Billy Knox's boy. Billy Knox told me all about you, told me all about y'all's history. Okay. I'm willing to let it slide, but you're going to have to come at me correctly this time.
Yes, sir. Yes, I totally understand. I apologize, first and foremost. My hearing is not what it used to be. I didn't hear most of the names. Enough with my excuses. I apologize. I've been watching your work. Fantastic, man. You remind me of a young Zack Sabre Jr. With a little bit of a maniacal twist. I apologize, sir. Are we cool?
I think we're cool, man. I'm happy to be here. I appreciate your apology, and I accept your apology. I said, I'm happy to be here, brother.
All right, we're mending fences here on WrestleRoni. It's all love. It's all love on WrestleRoni. I'm glad as hell to have you. Like I said, I've been watching your work. Man, you and Ruthless Lala at Fuzz Fest in Morgantown. What? Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh man, that was a fight, pure and simple. That wasn't a wrestling match. That was an absolute fight.
It looked like it. It looked like it. I was scared for you. God bless you, man. Like I said, you're out there killing
Scared
it.
for myself.
And what brings you to the murder? Billy
Lala
Knox's
is
group.
nothing
How'd
to
this
play
happen?
with. I was scared for myself a little bit on that one.
Right on. Like, whew. So you even get scared sometimes, huh? Uh-oh. He's doing that Dean shit.
There we go.
Ooh, boy, you okay?
There we go.
I think we're good.
Oh, sorry about that, man.
No, you're good. You're good. I was just asking, so you started out, man, I saw you as a luchador, and then all of a sudden, what brings you to Billy Knox and the murder?
Well, I was doing the luchador gimmick, man, just kind of starting out, but I wanted to branch out and just not kind of be the comedy character that was, as much as I wanted to be like kind of the technical wrestler that I've become.
Okay.
So me and Tim Cross actually, longtime friends, longtime business, guys that did business together. I actually reffed for 2 years before I started training for Tim Cross at RSW.
Okay.
So when I started training down here, he hit me up. He was like, "Do you want to come back? We've had kind of a change in the office. Things are a little bit different now." And I, told him, sure. I wanted a way out of this luchador character to transition to something else.
Okay.
He came up with the plan to put me with Billy Knox to make the murder as it is now. And we've just kind of went from there with it.
I dig it. I dig it because you've got Billy Knox, crazy brawler, hardcore, bleeding all over the place Saturday night. Then they got you looking like John Gresham, flying all over the place. That's the total package, man. You guys got it made.
Yeah, man, me and Billy are just a weird pairing together because it was almost instant, you know what I mean? Like it was like an instant chemistry. We gel well together with our styles. We make them blend well together. We kind of play to each other's strengths a little bit. And I think one of the things that sets me and Billy apart too is we are pretty good talkers in this character that we've got going together.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And talking about that chemistry, I know myself, that man can seduce you.
Yeah, man, he is just such an awesome talent, such a mind.
A mind. He's sexy. He's beautiful. He's a blessing. And what y'all's killing it. I just if I can ask you one thing, man, just I'm sure it's on your mind and you're thinking about it, but leave my boys the Saturday Night Special alone, man. I'm really enjoying their tag title reign, and if you would just find other ventures.
I can't make any promises, to be honest with you. I'm 0-1
Okay.
against Saturday Night Special in tag team competition.
Uh-oh.
And I've been on a roll recently.
Yeah, you
I don't know if you've seen it. Made it to the finals of Fuzz Fest.
Mm-hmm.
Beat 3 other competitors Saturday night. I think me and Billy ought to get that rematch against Saturday Night Specials, but we'll see what happens.
Oh, why'd I even bring it up, man? Hey, I'll pay to watch it. I'll pay to watch it, man. Shit, what a match that would be. Can you imagine? Watch out for cream pies.
Oh, the cream pies.
Yeah.
Such a smart thing for them to start bringing in.
Well,
the perfect answer to the whiz facial was the SNS cream pie.
Well, you guys going to bring the blood biscuits?
We'll just bring murder. That's plain and simple.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. Hell yeah. So, you're thinking about going for the tag titles. You're a singles guy. You got some momentum going. Are we looking at Remy LeVay? Or are we looking at Zeke Mercer?
I'll tell you what, right now it's not about me, it's about Billy. And
okay,
That's all I'm going to leave it at. It's about us as the murder,
Hell yeah.
and my opportunity is Billy's opportunity because we are the family like that.
Okay. I dig it. Hell yeah. Okay. Hey, you're young. You got plenty of time. Shit. RSW's in the world, you know?
Exactly. It only stops when we tell it to.
Okay. Here's a stupid question just popped in my head, but I'll throw it at you. WWE offers you a contract. AEW offers you a contract. Same amount of money. Which place do you go to?
That's a tough one, to be honest with you. If they're offering me the same contract at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably lean more towards AEW just because it does seem a little more free.
Yeah, exactly.
But WWE, man, that's what I've been watching since I was a child. So it's the emotions come into play when it's Triple H on the phone going, "Hey, kid."
Ain't that? Oh, dude, Triple H was my hero. In high school, you'd see me rocking a Triple H jersey with a Triple H sticker on my folder. Oh, that dude could do no wrong. How long have you been
That's
watching
what I'm saying,
this?
man. Like, I've been watching it, my God, since I've been my son's age, probably around 6, 7 years old.
Hell yeah. How old are you now?
I'm about 30 now.
About 30. I got you. Okay, okay. So, what is your first wrestling memories? What got you into wrestling?
Well, I had older brothers that liked wrestling,
Mm-hmm.
and they watched it. I think my grandfather also watched it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they were probably, it was like trickle down. I just watched it because they were watching it. The earliest memory I've got was them watching WCW,
Okay.
and it was probably around 97.
Okay.
And it was just Sting sitting in the rafter with this just fucking monstrous vulture on his shoulder.
Right. Okay.
And I was just like, holy crap, what is this? And, just that's the earliest memory I've got.
Okay. And as time went on, did you watch? So you watched your WWE. Did you get into Impact, Ring of Honor, anything like that?
I didn't get into Ring of Honor until probably 2012
Okay.
because I didn't know it existed. Like,
Right.
I had no idea Ring of Honor existed. To me, it was either it was WWE or it was Impact because Impact had a TV deal.
Right.
Like they were on like Spike TV or Fox Sports 1 or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
whatever channel they were on at that point in time.
Right.
So I find Ring of Honor probably around 2012, and it's just I'm hooked from there because it was just so different.
Right.
It was a different presentation, and it felt different. The wrestlers were just unbelievable at that time. They had the Briscoes, Dalton Castle. Oh, it's probably later than 2012 now that I'm thinking about it.
Still, though, everybody when they first found Ring of Honor, like you said, just now we're talking about a sport. Now we're talking about competition and a whole new style. I mean, Impact had some crazy good matches in the X Division and everything, but Ring of Honor, yeah,
Phenomenal.
yeah,
Yeah, the Ring of Honor is where I felt, and Jonathan Gresham is the guy that made me go, holy shit, this is how I want to wrestle.
hell yeah.
And like I started looking into like the Pure division
Okay.
and seeing the history of the Pure division, and then seeing them bring it back. I was just like, yep, this is what I want to do.
Dude, you got me excited because I'm thinking like you're all about Gresham. You obviously have skills at technical wrestling. I can't remember someone with your type of gimmick, the murder maniac gimmick, that was a good technical wrestler as well. So you might be onto something here.
That's the beautiful thing about wrestling, man, is you can be whatever you want, and somewhere, some way, somebody's gonna like end up either liking it or hating it because it's an art, and that's just how people are with it,
Oh, sure. I love it all. I love
like
it
the
all, man.
closest thing I remember seeing to like a sadistic technical wrestler was Marty Skrull.
Yeah. Oh, boy. That guy.
And kind of taking a little, very unfortunate,
Yeah.
but you make bad choices. Sometimes they have bad consequences. They should have bad consequences anyway.
It'll catch up with you eventually, obviously.
That's what I'm saying, man. So you just but he was the closest one I can think of to having that kind of sadistic character and also being a really good technical wrestler.
Yeah, breaking fingers and all, and then chicken winging you afterwards.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's that whole British style, man. Those British wrestlers they're something else, man.
You're breaking my heart, man. I really like Marty Skrull. Damn it.
I love Marty Skrull, and I do the finger break as a Marty Skrull and a Pete Dunne tribute kind of
Okay.
deal because they both do it.
Okay.
It's just, like I said, man. Sometimes you make unfortunate decisions, and unfortunate consequences normally follow.
Man, that deal wiped out the wrestling industry. If you folks don't know what I'm talking about, the whole yeah, it was speaking out was the hashtag. And I mean, I was a huge David Starr fan too. I love that guy. And woo, what a sleazeball.
He was great. Yeah. And turns out wrestling, like most other things in life, contains some sleazeballs. And, it's good to get those people out.
Yep.
As much as I hate it, because I loved Marty Skrull, I liked David Starr a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Joey Ryan was entertaining.
Yep.
But we got no room for that, so
exactly,
got to go.
And I talked about that in my first podcast, how toxicity is everywhere. It's not just pro wrestling. It's in the NFL. It's in music. It's in motion pictures. You got bad people everywhere because bad people have skills here and there that they can do. So it's going to happen. But this show's all about the good folks like yourself, like Billy Knox, like TJ Phillips, like the Seated Centon, my new sponsor. Folks like that. I'm trying to highlight the good guys. The good guys sometimes finish last, but I tell you what, we can sleep at night.
For sure, man. Exactly.
And I think the whole crew at RSW, the vibes I get, you guys know what you're doing. You seem like a family, and it seems like you're having a good time. I think you're in a good place right now.
Well, it's an awesome place to be, man. It's a very fun, a very close locker room. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be a brotherhood anyway, and that's how everybody there looks at it. It's very close. It's an awesome place to be.
Right. Yeah. Saturday Night Special. Two of the coolest guys. Everybody just seems legit as hell. So, like I say, you're in a good place. Do you wrestle for any other promotions at the time?
Not at the moment, man.
I got you.
I'm starting to branch out as we speak a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I was really wanting to focus, honing in this character and this story first, and then kind of branching it out further.
For sure. You say you're turning 30. You got time. Why rush things?
Oh, yeah. For sure.
So, okay. Let me pop this by you. So, we know we're going to AEW eventually. That's happening for you. So, as far as the indie circuit, if every booker on the indie circuit is listening to this podcast, who do you want to give you a call and book you on their show?
Man, any and everybody, man. I'm not above working for anybody. I'm not really picky at this point in time. Like I said, I've only been training for about 2 years.
I got you.
Been working for about a year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm open to do business, man. I just love wrestling and branching out. Starting out, branching out. I'm cool with working anywhere.
All right. And besides Gresham and Sabre on the indie circuit, who would you like to work against?
Great question. Oh boy.
Yeah. And it beyond. I mean,
I'd like Hot Sauce Tracy Williams.
Hell yeah.
That'd be a cool one for me. Just because I know I could learn so much just from standing near him, nonetheless being in the ring with him.
Right.
He's just such a smart dude. I would go with. Again, this is an any and everybody thing because I branching out. I don't want to be like I'm above working anybody or anything like that because I just want to work anybody and learn as much as I can right now.
Hell yeah, man!
But I'll give you one more name though. Jason the Gift Kincaid.
Hell yeah, right? And that's very possible.
That one's very possible.
Dude, that'd be a good one. You hit my mark bone on that one. You got me marking now.
Yeah, that me and Jason, Tracy Hot Sauce Williams, and any and everybody after that.
Dude, hell yeah, man. I'm glad to have you on. Now we're talking. Now we're moving things along here. Hell yeah. So you've
I'm glad
been
to be on, man.
I'm happy to have you. Like I say, definitely happy to have you. You've been working, like I say, you've been working as ref. You had the other gimmick. You're doing great things now. So you've been in the locker room and you've seen some things. Again, and I know your spot, so you don't want to tell stories about people, but give me a little bit of a feel of how things go down after a wrestling show. Do you have any wild stories or anything to that effect that you could share with my listeners?
Oh man, I tell you what,
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you one good one.
Hell yeah.
We were in Cleveland, Ohio for a 2-day event. RSW did in 2019, April 2019. Might have been the 12th and the 13th, if I'm not mistaken. That was it was called the Battle of Cleveland. It was a 2-day like tournament kind of deal.
Okay.
I got to ref on that show. It was an awesome experience.
So it was
So
like
anyway,
bowling.
we're in the hotel after the show.
Uh-huh.
We're in the hotel after the show. Hey, it's most of us West Virginia boys are in one room hanging out together.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so weird because we've got the door locked. We're up to post-show activities, I'll call it.
No, right on.
We're drinking, we're having a good time.
Uh-huh.
And we look up, and somehow Teddy Hart at 2 a.m. has gotten into our hotel room.
The Teddy Hart?
The Teddy Hart, because he was on the show.
Oh, God, okay.
He was in the same hotel with us.
Okay.
And we're all hanging out, and we all just kind of look up, and it was like 7 people at once just pause in absolute awe of the fact that at 2 a.m., Teddy Hart has gotten into our hotel room in full gear and is just asking for a lighter.
Oh, shit.
That's all he wanted. He was like, "Any of you guys got a light?" And we're like, "What the fuck?" He just comes through the door like he's the T-1000, and we were blown away.
That dude is a character. So
and he's got one of these cats.
Of course, he's always got a cat. Yeah.
He's got one of these like $1,000 cats at 2 a.m. in full gear in this hotel room that he had no entry to.
How'd he get in?
We have no idea.
Really?
To this day.
Oh,
we were just like, no, nobody's gonna ask him. Like, how did you do that? we just all handed him a lighter and collected our jaws. Like, that was all we could do.
So he worked the show?
Yeah, he was. It was a 2-day event, so he worked both days of the show. The first match, it was him and Brian Pillman Jr. as the Hart Dynasty.
Okay.
It was them versus the Gym Nasty Boys.
Oh, wow.
And then the second show, it was him versus Chavo Guerrero Jr.
Really?
Yeah, so he had the match with Brian Pillman Jr. against the Gymnasties, and then he went against Chavo Guerrero.
And then he just appeared in your motel room.
Got to put on a Hart versus Guerrero match.
Wow. Hey, props to you, Tim. Wow, okay. That kind of it blows my mind. You just tell me the story, because I can only imagine how he got in that motel room to get the lighter for whatever he needed it for. The dude's a character. He's a shiesty dude.
I don't know how to just like I quit questioning it, and I was like, whatever. Teddy Hart, yo.
That's awesome. I appreciate you sharing that, because wrestling's wild, man. I'm so happy for you guys. Like, you're chilling. You meet Teddy. Who else have you ran into working shows?
I actually refed that match with Chavo and Teddy, so I got to work with them.
Okay.
Which was awesome experience. We've had Necro Butcher in.
Okay.
Matt Riddle has been in before
yeah?
he signed his WWE contract. AEW's The Butcher was in before he signed his AEW contract.
Okay. Did you have it?
We've got to work. Jason Kincaid, I've worked with multiple times as a referee. I've never got to wrestle him yet.
That's going to happen. That's got to happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Did you have any interaction with Riddle?
No, I wasn't there yet for them.
Gotcha.
For him.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have any interaction with him.
Anything crazy with Teddy Hart backstage at those shows? Man, you got me thinking now.
Man, he hung out, chilled out. I didn't think we had a problem out of him as far as I knew. Like, he stayed in his. Him and Tavo had the personal locker room, so he just hung out in there and did his thing in there.
Right, and as far as Teddy goes, I've heard the bad stories, but I've heard the good too. I've heard about him walking in an elevator and giving a fan a handful of weed before, you know?
Well, that's pretty gnarly of him.
We're talking, it goes back to Marty Skrull, man. People make mistakes, it catches up with you. Teddy, man, I was following his saga last year with, who was he dating? Oh, come on. She was in Ring of Honor for a minute, and he kind of screwed that up for her. Do you remember?
No, not off the top of my head, man.
Damn, she was good too. I miss her. She was on her way to being a damn good wrestler. I want to say Killer Kelly, but it's not. But a very similar gimmick. Anywho, enough on
Kelly Klein.
Do what?
Was it Kelly Klein?
No, she had a tattoo of her name on her like belly, I think. She was
You got me. Yeah, I don't know that one.
Because they were doing a YouTube channel, and she posted a video where he had hit her, and then another wrestler posted a video where he's running Teddy out of the house because he had been beating her or something. So this other wrestler comes over. It was a whole wild thing on YouTube. I think it was during 2020, right after the Speaking Out stuff. Then the Teddy Hart stuff started, and he disappeared from MLW. And, yeah, we'll have to look into that for you. That's some interesting stuff.
That's a bummer to hear, man. I don't like hearing that at all.
It's what happened. People are people. We're all human, right?
Yeah, I suppose, yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah. Hey, I've made my mistakes. Shit happens. We live our lives. We live and learn.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So as far as the training and everything, how bad did that suck?
Training was actually, I loved it.
Who trained you?
So I'm actually trained by, I got to put dads over here. I've got 3 guys I really give a major credit to in training me. Mm-hmm. First up is the former 2-time NWA National Heavyweight Champion, Chance Prophet.
Oh, hell yeah. Big fan.
The former man I mentioned earlier, Jason the Gift Kincaid, has helped train me.
Hell yeah.
And another RSW superstar, Shane Kryzak, has had a big hand in training me as well. So I give those 3 guys mainly the credit all through the Power Slam Academy.
Okay, Power Slam Academy. And yeah, love those guys. All of them great workers. You're definitely in good hands.
Absolutely. Great coach, too. They really help break down, at least, with everybody I've seen, they really help break down and help them understand things, and not just, showing them what to do, but why to do it, when to do it, mm-hmm. how to do it. Instrumental, man. Instrumental.
That's awesome. Do you see any guys now training and starting out that you think's on the come up, going to be a big deal?
Man, we've got a really good crop coming out right now.
Yeah.
Troy Parker, I think, is going to be phenomenal. He's got size, strength, speed, athleticism. He's phenomenal. I think he's going to be really good. We got a group of women coming out. Nurse Micah, who I think we may be hearing from here in the future, somewhere down the road, because I think she's got a gimmick. She's got a passion for it. She's super smart, great listener. Samantha Powers is another one coming out. We got a really good crop, man.
Nice. Hell yeah. And you guys got your next show.
Of course, I'm just
Do what?
What's that?
Oh,
Go for it.
I was going to say next show's in October. Do you know who you're working yet?
October 1st in Buckhannon. No, I don't know yet.
Gotcha.
We'll find out. We'll see what we can make happen. We'll do the best of what we're doing.
Of course, dude, you guys kill it every time. And after that, I know October 15th in my backyard, you bet your ass, Monongah, West Virginia, Spooky Lou will be in the house. Can't wait.
October 15th. That'll be another great one.
Yeah, man. You guys will be in the fire hall, I hear. So, won't be out in that hot sun.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. Last time I think we were in Monongah, we were out. It was the 3rd of July?
Yep. Because I was at that one.
Okay. Yeah. That was me, Billy, and Dustin against the Nani Death Squad, Zeke Mercer, Bro Hemus, and Scarlett.
Yep. I've got
man. Another killing one.
I've got some clips from that on my YouTube channel.
Oh, it's a killer match.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a hard-hitting affair, folks. So,
Nani Death Squad brings it.
Oh yeah, obviously that I can't put over that 4-way enough, and then Billy in that damn dog collar match, bleeding buckets.
Jesus, what an absolute war of a match that those two had.
That was a fun one. Like I say, that was a really good night. If you couldn't tell by the podcast we did afterwards, me and my buddy was on cloud 9. I hope the whole crew was, because you guys knocked it out of the fucking park.
I appreciate it, man. I know everybody else in the locker room will appreciate that as well.
Well, it's the truth. If I say what's on my mind, if you listen to prior podcasts, if it's on my mind, I'll say it, and that was good shit. While we're recording this, we've got here in a few hours, we got Grand Slam coming up. You going to be watching Grand Slam? Who you pulling for, Mox or Danielson?
Oh man, I'd like to see Danielson just because we've seen Mox with it before. Honestly, I don't really. I know it's going to be a good match. I'm just a fan of the sport, fan of everything, man. I just try to soak it in. I don't try to be a critic of it as much as I can be.
Oh yeah, I appreciate that. I can't. I don't like reviews on wrestling. I titled the last podcast RSW Show Review. I retitled it because I'm not a guy for reviews. I'm exactly like you said. Just enjoy it, man. Don't sit there to pick it apart and everything. Especially with AEW, what's not to enjoy? Same as RSW. There's something for everybody. There's something for everybody to enjoy.
That's what I love about AEW, man, is if you want anything you want in wrestling, you can get through AEW. There might be parts of it you don't like, and that's perfectly fine. But they try to give a wrestling product for most wrestling fans.
Yeah, it's a show that I legitimately get excited for. I'm excited when it comes on. I sit here by myself yelling and cheering just like I do at the damn live shows. I get into the shit, man. Like, have fun. Have fucking fun and enjoy wrestling.
Absolutely, man. I don't like to... A lot of guys, I feel like, especially when they start wrestling for a long time, they remove themselves from the fan side of it.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy wrestling and not trying to be a critic. I don't listen to like the Observer newsletter. I try not to read dirt sheets. I just try to watch it as they give it to me.
I appreciate that. I do. I can see where you're coming from. Me, I'm on Twitter all the time, seeing the latest news and stuff. And then if you hear so-and-so's in trouble, then you know they're going to drop the belt tonight because they're getting suspended or whatever the deal is. So I'm like you. I try to approach things from the fan side of it. Like at the show Saturday night, a wrestler was like, man, started to tell me something. I said, don't tell me. I appreciate that somebody likes me enough to let me in, but I don't want to know. Like that's like me watching a movie. I want to enjoy the movie.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
Any other feds you watch that you enjoy?
I was a big fan of Ring of Honor, as I said. I don't watch a lot of feds specifically as much as I watch like matches.
Single match.
I'll watch. Yeah, like I'm a big money match, or not a big money match. That was a bad poor choice of words on that one, but like an interesting match to me, I'll go out of my way to find. But like I said earlier, like there's just so much wrestling.
Yeah.
There's no way I can watch it all. There's no way I can catch it all.
Yeah.
And independent feds, it's really hard to watch if they don't have like an IWTV presence or some kind of a presence like that. And I know IWA East Coast is a promotion I've worked before down here. I'd love to come back to them.
They do good things.
I pay attention to what they're doing because they catch my interest. Plus, they've been my hometown promotion for literally the entirety of my life.
Oh, I got you. And for the listeners, where are you from?
I'm from Charleston, West Virginia.
Okay, all right. I believe what's it called? ACW up there? Is it Appalachian Championship Wrestling? Has Bobby Beverly and Matt Bishop, a lot of stars up that way.
Yeah, Appalachian Championship Wrestling down this way. They bring in good talent. There's a lot of really good promotions down this way. It's in the Charleston, West Virginia area. VCW, that's more up north than me. That's about 2 hours north of me.
Okay.
We have like I said, IWA East Coast that does like the Masters of Pain tournament, deathmatch tournament annually.
Mm-hmm.
And then like they do a 0G Crown, which I think is like a kind of like an X Division style tournament.
Right on. Okay.
They do a lot of good stuff. All Star Wrestling down here brings in a lot of great talent. They bring in Matt Cardona. I think they've got Ethan Page coming down this way. So yeah. They bring in a lot of great talent as well. There's just a lot of really good promotions down this way.
Speaking of Ethan Page, Tony Khan, I know you're listening. Come on, let's push him, man. It's time, man. It's overdue. That dude is so good. I've been watching him since Evolve. He was killing it then. Went to Impact. This dude deserves the world, man. Like, when is his time? Do you like Ethan Page?
I'm a big Ethan Page guy, man. He's like, it's what they call in baseball a 5-tool player. He's got what seems like everything you need to succeed.
Yeah.
The dude looks like $1 million. He's as charismatic as can be. He can wrestle his ass off. He can do comedy if you need him to. He can be the serious heel if you need him to. He can do just about everything.
Yeah. Yep. And now he's in MJF's Goon Squad, man. Like, And here I go talking shit on wrestling. Damn. I said I don't critique it and stuff, but push Ethan Page. Come on, got me talking shit on wrestling. Fuck. Got me upset.
I think they're going to do some interesting stuff with that firm thing. Like, especially last week with Stokely, saying that Ethan wants that All-Atlantic Championship. So that, big money match with Pac, probably on a pay-per-view.
I hope so. Dude, they could kill it. If they let Ethan go like he used to go and Evolve, and dude, he had a killer match. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make it public on my YouTube again. Check my YouTube. Dog collar chain match with MJF up in Canada. One of my favorite matches ever. Him and MJF used to kill it.
And he's been killing it for a long time, too. Like, the stuff he was doing in Impact with Josh Alexander as the North.
Mm-hmm.
Phenomenal tag team wrestling.
Yeah. And I enjoyed the tag team, but I was waiting for the breakup so Ethan could shine. And here now we got Josh Alexander with the Impact belt. So good for him.
And he's a phenomenal wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
Just intense as can be, man. Like, he's somebody I study a lot of as well.
Hell yeah, man. Like, the folks you study, the folks that trained you, this podcast, shit, man, this is going to be, somebody going to look back on this someday. Somebody going to listen to it and say, oh, shit, I heard the kid when he first started, and now he's Ring of Honor pure champion.
Well, I appreciate that, man. That would be an absolute dream for me, is to hold that championship.
Imagine getting it. How would you beat Will or Yuta? How would you beat that dude? What's the strategy?
It's Daniel Garcia now.
Oh, yeah. Damn, he won it in his hometown. Whew.
Yeah, he did. So, if I had to beat Daniel Garcia, right now he's doing the sharpshooter.
Uh-huh.
The Dragon Slayer, as he calls it. So you got to wear down those hands. You got to wear down those arms.
Oh, shit. You hear that?
You got to do your best to prevent that grip from being as secure as it can be.
Ooh wee. I'd like to be. See, I was just talking about how I don't want to know wrestling things so I can enjoy it as a fan. But at the same time, I'd love to be a fly on the wall when you and Daniel Garcia is working out a match. Oh my goodness.
Right. I would learn. He's another guy I'd learn just an absolute ton from. The experience that he's got, he would teach me more than I could probably take in at that time.
For real. And I've been preaching it for the past probably 2 or 3 years. Like wrestling right now, as far as talent goes, and then you got all these streaming services, you have so much access to it. Pro wrestling is in the best place it's ever been. And it's because of guys like you. It's because of guys like Jason Kincaid and Daniel Garcia. And we could go on for days. The talent is insane right now. You can actually see the human race evolve through pro wrestling if you think about it.
Dude, it's one of the best times to be a fan probably in my life. I know we always go back to like the Monday Night Wars and having ECW as well as that time, but like if you're just a wrestling fan like I was, where you just could not get enough wrestling, you would play the wrestling video games when wrestling wasn't on TV.
Yeah.
If you were like that like me, now you can just watch as much wrestling as your fucking heart can desire.
Yup. Yup. See, back in
And
my
it's
day,
everywhere.
back in my old day, because I've got a few years on you, it was the internet had just come out. I got what they call web TV. I didn't have a computer. I had web TV. I hooked it up to my TV. And the first thing I did was look up wrestling. And then I found tape trading sites. And I'm not lying to you, man. I would come home from school and there would be a garbage bag hanging from my mailbox full of Japanese wrestling, Mexican wrestling, mostly Japanese wrestling, ECW fan cams, Taz training tapes. Dude, like, I thought when the internet hit and I got access to those tapes, ask Billy sometime. I had a room just for my tapes. And now it's all on the internet.
It's all on the internet, man, and it's on every Roku and Amazon Fire Stick and just like your cell phone, wherever you want to put it, you can get wrestling now. It is just an awesome time.
It is. It is. And so many local shows you can go to. You have if you're listening and you've never been to a live wrestling show, that's where the magic happens. That's where you can feel it. I promise you, if you see a show in your area, cough up the $10, the $20, whatever, and go and have the time of your life. I mean, what's the atmosphere like at an RSW show, a big pack show? Tell me about Fuzz Fest, for example. Like, how was that atmosphere?
The atmosphere of Fuzz Fest, man, was incredible because, like, these weren't so much wrestling fans.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was almost like, a crowd that came to see, like, the college arts and the music and stuff like that in the college bar scene.
Okay.
And they wander in, and there's real shoot wrestling. And there's talent like Ruthless Lala, Dustin Alexander, me, Billy Knox, Zach Myers. And we're just going out there having these matches. And we get to the main event, and this crowd's had a lot to drink, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The Fuzz Fest thing was like a bar festival, but it was like 6 different bars, all scattered throughout like a couple of blocks of each other.
Okay.
So these people were just kind of wandering back and forth, drinking at different bars. So like end of the night, towards the main event, these people are pretty intoxicated.
Uh-huh.
And then we go out, and it's Ruthless Lala and me, and I jump. Ruthless Lala gets over like the Road Warriors with this crowd.
Okay.
And start the match. She comes out for her entrance, and I just straight up jump her from behind.
Okay.
And I'm just running her into shit, and like ring posts. They had like a big pillar in the middle of the building that had this like almost like gardening fencing that came around it. You know what I mean? Like a foldable thing.
Okay.
And I run her into it, and I run her back into another ring post, and like they're booing the shit out of me now because I'm beating up their person. She gives me the suplex on the floor, which was just straight up concrete.
Oh.
Not great. And it, we have the match, finish the match, and this crowd just erupts when Ruthless Lala beats me.
Uh-huh.
And it was a special thing to be a part of.
That's cool. That's cool. Dude, Ruthless Lala, she's on a roll, bro. And
She is phenomenal, and
mm,
right now she is just whooping ass wholesale across this country.
she whooped Mander's ass. Manders.
She's whooping every ass she gets in the ring with. She just beats the shit out of you.
Poor Zeke, bro. Poor Zeke. And,
He
another.
got her in Connecticut. He beat her once in Connecticut. It's almost hard to count out Zeke Mercer anymore, man.
I know. Over a year champion now.
He's got something he's digging deep into, and he's pulling every stop out to beat everybody they put across from him.
And speaking of which, I'll tell you who else impressed me. Everybody impressed me. But I was pulling for Zeke in the match because I'm familiar with Zeke. Dustin Alexander, I wasn't familiar with, and I flip-flopped, man. Dustin Alexander impressed the shit out of me. I think that dude is the future as well.
Dustin's so good. He's smart.
Mm-hmm.
He does his. He's really, really finding himself.
Mm-hmm.
And like you're really just seeing it all come to life in front of you. And he is just an old school Arn Anderson fucking wrestler. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And he's smart as shit.
Well, that's part of the tools you need, man. Like first time I saw him, speaking of Teddy Hart, I said Teddy Hart with the chain and the sunglasses.
Yeah, fun thing at Fuzzfest, I actually wrestled him in the second round, beat him, by the way.
Nice.
And wrestled him in the second round. And I challenged him to like a test of strength, and I called him Johnny Cage when I did it.
Oh, okay.
And that crowd starts chanting Johnny Cage at him. Because as much as they hated me, they hated him more.
Okay.
So they were with me for that one, and then sure enough, next match I jump Ruthless Lala from behind, and they're right against me again.
And that goes back to what I talk about, the magic of pro wrestling. You said these folks, I know Fuzzfest was, music, bars, like you said, wrestling was just a part of it. It sounds like a big part of it, but like you said, most of these weren't wrestling fans, didn't know the wrestlers, and here they are going wild, sticking around till the main event. So that you guys should pat yourself on the back on,
It was super cool, man. We didn't just put on a wrestling show. We gave them a wrestling experience.
Uh-huh.
And they really walked away from that. They'll walk away from that remembering it for sure.
For sure. That's what me and Rich talked about after the 5th anniversary show. That's a night we'll always remember. I don't get out much. He don't get out much. And it was a good fucking time. And that's what it's all about.
Saturday Night Special had a Fuzzfest match too, by the way. One of their best matches, probably. Those dudes went out there and killed it.
Those dudes deserve the world, man. Who did they work? Do you remember?
Legitimate Businessman was their name.
Okay.
I'm really skipping on the name because I wasn't. The way the building was set up, we were downstairs during their match.
Okay.
So I ended up not getting their gimmick names. I couldn't tell you. I know one of their names was Ryan. I don't know if that was his actual real name or his gimmick name. So, the tag team name was called Legitimate Businessmen, and they went out there and just them and Saturday Night Special went out there and killed it.
Saturday Night Special's on a roll. I'm so happy for those dudes. They seem like good dudes, and especially Fairmont State Saturday Night. I called it the Saturday Night Special pop, the way those people were going off.
It was super over too, and their opponents, Brotherly Love, the Philly Boys.
Yeah.
Loved them. Love their gimmick. Think they pull it off really well, man. And they're a fun fucking tag team. And you
No
pair them
doubt.
with a fun tag team like Saturday Night Special, and they go out there and have fun together. You can see, as you yourself as a crowd member, you were having fun.
Yeah, for sure. And Brotherly Love, what I'll give to them before the show even started, dude was walking around giving people shit and fucking with kids and talking shit. He had that heat built up long before the match even started. I appreciated the hell out of that because Rich, he's not familiar with wrestling. This is his first wrestling show. And I kind of hit him on the shoulder,
Right.
and I was like, this dude's working the crowd right now. So, bravo.
And they had the shirts, like, disrespecting West Virginia. It was just a perfect storm. And like I said, two fun tag teams having fun.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd had fun. When he hit Ricky with that cream pie,
Uh-huh.
everybody celebrates almost.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And it was like, that's what I'm talking about.
No doubt. I was so happy for those dudes because, like I say, all of you seem like great dudes. It's just I know them a little better than the rest because I had them on the podcast, and I was happy for them. To kind of steer away from RSW for the listeners, let's go back to what would you say? What would be your favorite match you ever saw, or three? Because it's hard to pick one. Just give me some of your favorite matches and why.
My first favorite match, I would say, is CM Punk versus John Cena at Money in the Bank 2011.
One of mine too. Wow.
I was not a fan. I had actually fallen out with wrestling for a few years, and I didn't watch for a few years.
Uh-huh.
And then I started buying in came back a little bit and started catching back up right at that time. And when CM Punk won that title and started the whole Best in the World thing,
Uh-huh.
I was hooked all over again. So I got to give that match the credit for it.
I've watched that match numerous times. I'll pull it up and watch it. I'll watch it later, dude. That crowd, and just perfect.
Yeah, the atmosphere, it was truly one of the best matches I'd literally ever seen.
Yep, I agree 110%.
Another one I really give credit to, because this is the match that I really credit to me developing the style I've got now, is Jonathan Gresham versus Josh Woods. It was a internet exclusive for like a final battle they did years ago.
Yeah.
And just the way they went back and forth and the technicality of it, that's the one where I really said I want to, that caught my attention, you know what I mean?
Okay. That was a guy.
And that's where I was like, that's where I really pinpointed how I wanted to wrestle.
And you can see it. You can see it in the work, man. That makes sense. Makes sense to me. So with the new direction, and you got the gimmick and everything, are you a horror movie fan?
I'm not really that big of a horror movie guy. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I like horror movies if they're like, they've just got to be really done well.
I got you. I like shit horror movies.
What?
I love shit. I watched Monster.
Yeah, see, that's my thing. Like real life, like horror movie fans, I feel like they'll watch just god awful horror movies just for the sake of it's a horror movie.
That's me.
And I can't do it, man. It's not my thing. I can't watch this shit box of a movie.
All right.
Just because somebody said, just because somebody labeled it scary.
No, I get what you're saying. So what
the
do you
Human
watch if you're
Centipede,
not
I think, is just the biggest abomination of a movie I've ever seen.
What movie was it?
The Human Centipede. It's just the biggest abomination of a movie I've ever seen.
Have you seen the second one?
No, the first was enough.
Oh, the second one's so much. It's just, it's like you said, just for the sake of this one, just for the sake of being offensive. One of these days, I would almost pay you to come to my house and watch Human Centipede 2 with me.
Oh man, I don't know. I just can't, man. Like, I like a good comedy movie or something. Like, I just can't. I don't want to sit here and waste an hour or something to watch something that's just terrible.
Like I say, I'm a subscriber to Troma Now, $4.99 a month. Very valuable service. Last night, my movie of the night was Monstered, and I loved it. It was just like Jack Frost, but with poop. So,
Yes. What in the hell?
I'm a weirdo, dude.
Who requested this movie?
Who thought it up? Who wrote the script? Who got the cameras
It's like,
rolling?
who's asking for this? What is the audience for this? You know what I mean?
Me.
No, fair enough, I guess. All right, you
Now,
got me there.
before that, I was watching. God bless. I had a guest on episode 10, Kuma from Argentina, and he turned me on to some Argentina wrestling. I'll have to shoot you some links. Watch some old Argentina wrestling, bro. I watched Rambo versus Kingpin today. They do some characters out there. I watched some wild shit.
Yeah, I'm down to check it out, man. I love learning wrestling in different areas and cultures because it seems like one of the things you kind of notice is that the wrestling culture in different areas of the world
Mm-hmm.
is completely different than what you're used to.
Oh yeah. For sure, man. Argentina, and I'm gonna have Kuma back because I'm so interested in this scene and the history. That's a story for another day. But like you said, I'm very interested. I watch wrestling from Russia. I watch wrestling from Germany, and like you said, it's all different. But when it comes down to it, it's all the same. Talking to the guy in Argentina and talking about how the crew gets along and they're all family and it's a brotherhood, same as here, you know? It's the same deal both places. So it's different but the same.
Yeah, it's all different. It's all like I said, wrestling is a different culture everywhere else. You see like the lucha libre, the high flying, and the masks and the real over the top characters of it, and more so in like England, it's like how many submissions can you do in a row?
Yeah, yep, yeah.
And like love it, just love the different styles and different areas and cultures and how different things are
Eh,
compared to somewhere else.
right. Man, it sounds like you're a student of the game. You're open to learn. You're obviously doing well. You're on a roll. For the future, what are we looking at for the future? Where do you, this time next year, where are you going to be?
Uh, ooh, hard for me to say. Hopefully, any and everywhere, but I'll definitely be at Real Shoot Wrestling, just because they're the ones giving me the opportunity now. You know what I mean?
For sure, and I knew that. I worded the question weird. I'm coming up with questions off the top of my head, but
Oh, there's gonna be a couple title belts around my waist. Hopefully, that would be gnarly.
yeah, dude, I think you need to go after Remy. Have Billy out there, and I know you're technical wrestling, but you got to win however you can, man. So if a title's a title, so do
Oh, a
you
title's
agree
a
or
title.
disagree? Are you going to take that title if Billy bashes him in the head with a chair? Will you take the pin and beat Remy LeVay?
I'll beat anybody I can, brother. If they're in the ring with me, I'm going to win.
I got you. Okay, so you're down to win any way you can. You're technical wrestling. You respect the sport, but you're gonna win any way you can. I love it.
I had to beat Harleen Lopez by breaking her fingers. God bless.
That I watched that earlier today. Good shit, man. I'm proud of you. I barely know you, but I'm proud of you. You're doing well, and definitely happy to have you on. I think it's been a decent conversation. We made up, right?
Oh yeah, we're good now. It's been a pleasure being on, man. I love talking to you. Come on again anytime.
And we will have you back on because, like I said, I know you're going to be doing big things. So I'm going to take your time while I can before you blow the fuck up. And
I appreciate that.
no doubt. And before I let you go, it's just kind of in the back of my mind. So you don't watch horror movies, and you're in this cult basically. Where do you draw inspiration?
Oh, that's a really cool question. I draw a lot of inspiration from like the WCW version of Raven's Flock.
Okay,
Um, there is a little bit of horror inspiration
but
in
you're
the character, more of trying to think of more of like a Last House on the Left kind of deal.
Okay. But your main
Where,
inspiration. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
yeah, look, Billy's kind of like just that head guy, Manson family-esque.
Right.
And I really wanted to be like the that right-hand man to him.
I feel it. I like it. So, what your first answer though was Raven's Flock, and that's what I really dig about this interview and dig about you. Your inspiration came from wrestling. You're a student of the game, man.
Absolutely, man. I do a lot of studying and homework when it comes to watching wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And again, just kind of drawing the comparison to Raven's Flock and how it was a bunch of dudes who were just really willing to do whatever and throw themselves in whatever fire for Raven.
I got you. Well, hell yeah. Hey, Billy, go for that belt, man. It sounds like, dude'll do whatever it takes. So, do what you got to do, man. I can't wait to see the Murder have any type of titles. I know big things are coming up for you. Before I let you resume your life, man, is there anything you want to give to the listeners? Any last words that you may have here?
Follow me on Twitter at OP McMichael.
At OP McMichael, give him a follow. I'll make sure to put it in the description too, so that way they can just copy and paste.
All right, I appreciate you, brother, man. It's been a pleasure being on here.
Fuck yeah, and in case you didn't know, we're being brought to you by the Seated Centon, good sir. Check out their trading cards sometime. Get you an autographed Man Pondo trading card. Why the fuck not, you know?
Absolutely. I'll check them out anytime.
Check them out. And speaking of which, next episode with the Seated Centon. So look forward to that. Brother, it's been a pleasure. I just got to know you over a podcast, and you seem like a damn good dude. I think you're going places. It's definitely been a pleasure, sir.
It's been a pleasure being on, man. Like I said, I'll jump on anytime. It's been a pleasure.
We're definitely going to have you back because you're going to be doing some things, and I want to hear about it after you do it. I've been Spooky Lou. He's been Phineas McMichael. What a show. We did it again. 1 hour. I appreciate you staying around this long. We love you. Stay tuned. Stay spooky. I'm out of here. Huff Manley, I believe.
Yeah, Get it. Here we go. Oh. Oh no. Here we go. Yeah. Oh. Told you. Oh my God. Damn. What is up? I told you, Rich. I told you. This is how you start things off.
With the card.
Yo! Inebriated and all. Look at him. Might help him like it did the Sandman, I guess. I love it. How's my dude? One more. There, he's coming back. He's okay. I was concerned. Oh! He's back. That's right. Oh no. Look at that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You ain't even ready, Rich. It's about to get loud. Oh! Yeah! Woo! Do it again! Uh-huh. What is good?
What is good?
Dang. Ooh. Ooh.
That's close.
Very. There we go. Nice. Oh dear. Oh my. Oh my. Oh!
Everyone's down.
Let's go. Tell him. Here we go.
Oh.
Here we go. Yeah!
Oh yeah. Nice.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What?
Desmond Vance, baby. Oh!
That's one to me.
Damn right. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh, no. Oh, dear. He was in control. Uh-oh. He's coming back. Don't. Yeah! Yeah! Oh! Damn. Oh! 1, 2, 3. Yo.